That's not good. No, that's not good. There's is a thing that constantly every morning is the same thing. God probably looking down on us like. Hi Her family, yes, hi to you. If you're already a part of this family, then welcome back. And if you're just joining, a very special welcome to you. I'm Anika, and in this family we seek to go, glow, and grow in God. So now that we have that out the way, because that's a common thing I see in every video, so I just had to add that in. But really and truly, this video, I'm just like doing it like on spot. It wasn't like scripted or really thought through. Well, I think about this topic a lot, but there will be varying views on this topic of social media addiction, but that's okay, right? Yes, that's okay. It's okay to have different views. It's just a matter of how we bring it across and that we respect each other's views, right? Right. So let's get into it. There are different types of types of social media. You have different social media platforms. That's it. Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter. We have Threads, YouTube, Snapchat. There are a few others that I don't remember. I said TikTok, I don't remember, but yeah, TikTok. And there are a few others, but I think those are the most common ones. Yeah, you have some persons, probably you're watching this now, and you're on all social media platforms. I'm on Instagram, WhatsApp, I use YouTube. Have an account. Rios has an account on TikTok, but it's not really so active, but it's there. It's over there. Recently, when Threads just came out, I'm like, okay, this is a new thing now. I was seeing it on different person's statuses, and I'm seeing, yes, this looks like, another way to share the gospel of Jesus Christ. Because, everybody's going to be on it, so where a lot of people are, it's a good place to be to spread the gospel. That was just the motive in the back of my head, right? But in the front of my mind, I was like, no, I really just want to be a part of the trend. I remember when TikTok just came out, or when I just heard about TikTok, persons were like, see this video, and you have persons forwarding videos to you, and I was like I'm not saying it was a bad thing, but I was just not interested. Like during that season of my life, I was just so focused on getting closer to God. I didn't want anything else to distract me. So I decided that, I'm not going to be on that app personally, as it relates to, just creating a personal account. I wasn't going to be on that. I know this is kind of mixed up, but as I say, I'm just doing this on spot as it is. Social media in itself is not a sin. It's not a sin to be on social media, sharing or whatever it is. It's not a sin in itself, but it can lead to a sin. It becomes a sin when you start to get addicted to it, when you start to let it consume you, when it's just taking up more time in your life than God is. You're spending more time on it than you're spending time with God. That's when the problem really comes in. And we know that social media is one of the most common ways to actually reach persons far and wide. I can be here and be talking to somebody in Africa, or even being in Jamaica and talking to somebody in the next parish. Social media has its advantages and disadvantages. Now, this is not a lecture. It's not something that I want to bring across in a way to say, hey, do this, do that, don't do that. Yeah, but I'm just seeing it as it is. Social media has its good and its bad. Persons use social media for their businesses, of course, for ministry, growing youths, for their personal use, to promote things. There are many good advantages of social media. I'll probably list somewhere here. And then you have the disadvantages, where social media can result in persons having low self-esteem, suicidal thoughts, persons feeling the pull to compare themselves to what they are seeing on social media. I fell into that trap a few years ago, and trust me, it wasn't a nice season for me. I started to see validation from others because I was questioning how I look compared to how other persons look. I didn't match up to what I was seeing, the perfect body. So I'm like, okay, I'm guessing something is wrong with me. But that was a whole season. I would spend hours on social media scrolling. I don't think I can exhaust the list of disadvantages of social media, and I probably didn't even exhaust the list of advantages either, but they are there. It's just a matter of how you use social media as well. So for you, the advantages may be more than the disadvantages. For others, the disadvantages may be more than the advantages. So it's all up to you and how you actually use it. Our use of social media has really robbed us of a lot, especially our time. Social media feasts on time. You watching this video now, even though it's a positive video, you're using up time, right? This affects all age groups, especially I would say the younger generation. I'm saying this like I'm not a part of the younger generation, but myself included. Yes. So some symptoms of social media addiction, as we're getting into the meat of the matter now, includes, and I'm reading from Google, a compulsion to check social media, spending long hours on social pages, spending less time doing offline activities, such as reading your Bible, as in the physical copy. Change in mood, particularly when not looking at social media, withdrawal symptoms, and conflict as a result of social media use. You realize that you feel you can't do without social media. So the minute you reach that point, there's a problem right there, especially if you just use it for your personal use. But if you use it for your business, to promote and all of that, you're probably going to feel away because this is something that helps your business to grow. But if it's just for personal use, and in your little mind you're saying, I can't do without social media, probably you lost your phone or something happened and you're saying, no, you're going crazy, can't do this, gonna die, all of those crazy things. There's a problem right there. There are algorithms behind social media, every social media platform, especially like the ones like Instagram, Facebook, that will just keep you scrolling through your feed. So what you feed, I've heard it before, what you feed is what it feeds you. So if you spend a longer time on this particular video or this post and an expose, then immediately the algorithm is going to pick that up and say, I'm not any social media psychic or anything like that. I'm just telling you as I know it. So you'll be there scrolling and it starts feeding you. You start seeing more of what you like and more of the posts you interact with, and they start suggesting some things. I remember, I think it was about a month or so ago, my mom was on her phone. She was researching for something particularly on Google. And when she went on her social media platform, one of her social media platform, she see they're suggesting the same thing. I pay ads about that thing that she was searching for on Google coming up. I'm like, right, exactly. So social media has a way to actually just keep you going, especially you see TikTok. For me, TikTok, I always say TikTok dangerous, honestly. TikTok and Instagram, dangerous things when it comes to just scrolling the real aspects of it, and just, of course, TikTok, you just scroll through your videos. Those things are crazy. You'll be here and you say, all right, I'm going to spend 30 minutes on this, and by your check 2 hours gone, and you're like, where did the time go? That's it. Social media has this thing behind it. It just causes you to want more of it, and if you're not disciplined, it's going to constantly just consume you and take a lot of your time, and you find that you start depending on it more. As I said earlier, you can't do without it, and the whole works. Yes, there are aspects where for social media you talk to your friends and all those good stuff, but even that we also have to be careful. careful as well. There are times when you just need to put on your phone, put on your device, and just probably go take a walk outside or take a breather or something. Just do something other than scrolling or being on social media. As Christians, one of the main struggles that we probably have is getting up in the morning and being on our phones. Like the first instinct, whereas if it's that your alarm set on and then you listen to the notification. I'm telling you this because I've been a victim of it. Victim. You set your alarm on it, when you wake up you see the notification, oh yeah, alright, let me check this, let me see what's going on over here, and you're just going through until your morning just gone. You don't spend any time, and then you whisper one little prayer, and then you say, okay, Daddy Jesus, I love you, going about your business, and that's it for the day. Like, that's not good. No, that's not good. There's a thing that constantly every morning is the same thing. God probably looking down on us like what about me? The word of God say God is a jealous God. So if you start putting this as priority, because basically that's what you're doing, it's the first thing you decide to spend your whole time on in the mornings instead of talking to God, it probably even become a God, G-O-D in your life, and you don't even realize. Because anything that we spend more time on or takes full priority in our life or anything like that other than our Creator, Jesus Christ, it's going to become God. And there are some persons that just get addicted or drawn to just posting everything on social media. That can become just a form of addiction. It's like if you go somewhere, if you're doing something, you just feel the urge to post it on your story, post it on your status, or just share it on social media. And it's like if you don't do that, you don't feel good, or you just feel away. That can become a problem. I saw a post recently. I'm going to put it here. Yeah, I saw this post and I'm saying, this is actually true. It's either we're addicted or there's some void in our lives. Some years ago, and this was a story that I shared on Instagram. I remember, like after church when you take your pictures and all of that, and I reached home and I got so caught up. And keep in mind that every time I take a picture, I normally post it. Got home, I got so consumed, doing things around the house and all of that. And every time in my mind, I'm saying, I need to go post. And God was saying, no, not today. If you know me, after certain hours, I don't like post on my status on WhatsApp. When it got to that point, when it passed the hour, I'm like, shoot. I felt like literally, I felt so bad. I felt upset. All the emotions started to come and I say, I didn't get to post it. I'm saying, probably I need to break this rule that I set in my head and I need to go post it. That was how it consumed me. And when God really let me sit down and really talk to me deep, that was when I got the revelation. Of course, there were times after that I still fell into that little thing of wanting to post everything that's happened in my life, but it's like every time I reach that point, God just reminds me to snap out of it. So if you're one of those persons, then I'm not going to tell you, as I said, this is not a do this, don't do that type of video, but I encourage you to be careful of what your motive is when it comes to posting certain things. These things can even get you in trouble. You probably post this person send it here or send it there, so you never want that the person if you see it, and you get into a whole pot of mix up and all of those things. You have to be careful when it comes to social media. All this falls into the addiction, under the topic of addiction of social media, so I'm not straying, but I know when I made a personal account on Instagram some years ago, I was just about, getting validation. I wanted to see the likes. I wanted to see comment what persons had to say. And I got so consuming. I spent hours trying to edit this, trying to do that to let this look as perfect as how I see other persons doing it. And it's like, if I don't get a certain amount of likes, I didn't feel good. And yeah, that was addiction. That was a total addiction, and it didn't bring me closer to God. It bring me even further away from Him, far. And when I thought that, you know, God is okay with this, I mean, it's just social media, I'm just posting, there's nothing wrong with it. When I really look at it, I'm saying, God isn't pleased with this. I'm seeking validation from other persons. I'm spending hours on this thing more than I'm spending time with God, allowing it to consume me. That can't be anything godly. Not everything in a life everybody needs to be like updated on. Everybody needs to know that, okay, this is happening here. As I said, check the motives. Be careful of how social media consumes you, consume your time. If you have to set a timer on the app, I'm not sure how many of you have a timer on your phone, but set a timer on certain apps if you realize that you spend too much time on it, or uninstall it. You don't have to be on every social media platform, to be honest. You don't have to have certain apps on your phone, I'm sure. So I think after watching this video, you can consider scrolling through your phone, seeing what needs to go, what can stay, what need to spend less time on. Because as children of God, if you really have that mindset that we want to make it into the kingdom of God, if we want to be with Him and reign with Him forever one day, then these are things we ought to take into consideration. It's more of God and less of the things of this world, less of the things that will pull you further away from Him. I pray that after you watch this video and you've heard all that I've said, that some transformation, some change, some inspiration will take place. You feel the urge, you feel the pull to break the chains of this addiction, this social media addiction. I pray that you were truly blessed by this video, and that it will not be a video that you just watch and say, oh, I know this, and moving along, but it will really be something that you take into consideration and you act on it, because this is what the Lord is saying to us during this season. One of the things that the Lord is saying to us during this season. We are now at the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching to this far. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. And if you have not yet done so, please to subscribe. Continue to go, continue to glow, and continue to grow in God. Bye.